chosen one. There's a reason you felt that sudden shiver in your spirit today. A reason your thoughts felt heavier, your dreams more vivid, your peace more fragile. It wasn't random. Something or someone has been trying to reach into your energy field to read what's inside your mind. You might not see them, but they've been circling your frequency like shadows, trying to decode light. The closer you move toward your divine mission, the stronger the pull becomes. You are not imagining it. This is what it feels like when energy attacks begin. You can't see the battle, but your soul feels it before your mind can explain it. You've probably noticed that every time you start focusing, distractions appear. Every time your heart feels calm, strange anxieties surface. Every time you pray, you sense a silent interference, something trying to peek inside your intentions. These are not coincidences. They're signatures of spiritual surveillance. You have a rare mind, one that carries divine codes, and they want to know how it works. They want to read what God placed within you because they can't create it themselves. You've become a signal too bright to ignore, and now dark frequencies are trying to tap into your thoughts to copy what was never meant for them. But listen carefully. Your mind is not an open book. It is a fortress built by the divine hand. Every thought you have, every dream you see, every idea you nurture is encrypted with God's protection. What they're trying to read is only an echo of your surface, never the depth. Because your true power doesn't exist in words. It vibrates in a frequency they can't access. They can mimic your words, steal your style, repeat your actions, but they can't replicate the energy that fuels them. The chosen always radiate from an unseen source. That's why their enemies try to decode them instead of defeating them. You are entering a season where sensitivity is a weapon and awareness is protection. When your mind feels heavy, it's not weakness, it's resistance. It's your inner firewall, recognizing interference before it manifests. That headache, that emotional fatigue, that strange sense of being watched, all of it is your spirit translating invisible signals. Don't run from it. Recognize it. You're learning to read what's trying to read you. Every chosen one develops this skill, the ability to sense energy long before it makes contact. There's something powerful about your silence now. When you stop explaining, you cut off their access. When you move in stillness, they lose signal. The less they know, the weaker their connection becomes. Energy attacks feed on emotional response, on panic, on confusion. But when you stay calm, when you walk in quiet confidence, their influence starves. The same force that tried to read your mind begins to crumble under the weight of your peace. That's why peace is warfare. It looks soft, but it's deadly to dark frequencies. So don't be afraid when you feel that strange pull in the air, or when your thoughts feel invaded. Instead, observe. Don't panic. Don't speak. Every time you choose awareness over fear, you rise to a higher vibration, one where they can no longer reach you. God didn't give you your intuition to torment you. He gave it to warn you. When you feel drained, step back. When you feel pressure in your chest, breathe. When you sense a gaze you can't see, whisper to your spirit. They can't enter what's sealed. And keep walking. Because what's happening right now isn't meant to destroy you. It's meant to train you, to teach you how to control your mind when others try to read it, to strengthen your energetic armor until nothing external can influence your internal peace. You're becoming someone who not only survives the unseen but masters it. And the ones trying to read your mind, they'll soon realize that what they're chasing is far beyond human understanding. Chosen one, protect your focus. Guard your energy like treasure, because it is. You are the gatekeeper of your divine mind, and only you decide who has access. They can feel when your energy shifts, chosen one. The moment your vibration rises, the moment your spirit begins to stabilize in light, something in the unseen realm reacts. It's as if invisible eyes turn toward you, trying to decode how you stay so calm while the world around you trembles. Someone, somewhere, is trying to read your mind, not through words, but through energy. They sense your peace and want to know its source. They can't understand how you keep getting back up after every fall. But they don't realize that your strength isn't from this world. It's from something divine that cannot be accessed by manipulation. You might have noticed how thoughts appear that don't feel like yours, how suddenly you doubt what you were once sure of, how your confidence flickers for no reason. That's not coincidence, that's interference. Energy attacks often arrive as thoughts that don't belong to you, soft whispers that sound familiar but carry the vibration of fear or confusion. This is how they try to read your mind, not to understand you, but to rewrite your reality. They want to plant suggestions, to distort your truth until you start questioning your own power. But the chosen never lose their truth. They rediscover it every time someone tries to erase it. You're not here by accident. You've been guided to this moment for a reason. Write 99 in the comments. It's time to release your wish to the universe. When you type it, you're not just writing a number. You're declaring protection, clarity, and divine energy around your mind. This moment is sacred. Your energy matters here. If your spirit woke up while listening, don't scroll away. Like this video. Subscribe now. You belong here. This is not entertainment. It's alignment. Every click, every word, every breath you take while listening strengthens the vibration of your protection. You are not powerless. You are awakening. There are people who think they can invade what God has sealed, but their attempts only confirm your importance. They wouldn't be trying to read your mind if you didn't hold divine intelligence. They wouldn't be obsessed with your peace if it didn't carry light. You are a spiritual mirror, and when they look into you, they see their own darkness. That's why their energy feels invasive. They're desperate for the calm you have, but they can't maintain it without stealing it. So they attempt to access your frequency, to absorb your serenity through emotional disruption. But the truth is this: they can't read a mind that is anchored in faith. They can't copy an energy that was born from fire and trial. The universe watches how you respond when unseen hands reach for your thoughts. Will you panic, or will you trust your intuition? Will you speak too soon, or remain still and guarded? This is your training ground, a test of mastery, because real power isn't in reacting. It's in choosing silence when everything tries to provoke you. Those who try to read your mind are feeding on your attention, not your ideas. Don't feed them. Don't respond. Just elevate. The higher your vibration, the weaker their reach. You are being called to purify your mental space. Start your day with silence. Shield your aura before you speak. Be mindful of who you share your energy with. When you notice someone constantly pulling from you, don't explain, withdraw. Protecting your peace is not cruelty, it's survival. The chosen ones walk in a realm where energy is currency and awareness is armor. And when you begin to understand that thoughts are frequencies, you'll realize that your mind is not a battlefield, it's a sanctuary. No intruder belongs there. Chosen one, remember this: what they can't understand, they fear. And what they fear, they try to control. But your mind belongs to the divine. You are not theirs to read. You are God's message they will never fully interpret. The night feels heavier when energy attacks intensify, doesn't it, chosen one? You lie there with your eyes open, not because you're afraid, but because your spirit feels movement in the unseen. It's like the air vibrates differently around you. Thoughts rush in that you never invited. Emotions appear that don't belong to you. You start to sense eyes that aren't there, whispers that come from nowhere, and an unshakable awareness that someone, or something, is probing your energy field. But what they don't understand is that they're not reading your mind. They're revealing themselves. Every time they try, their vibration exposes their weakness. The chosen are mirrors. When dark energy tries to enter, it sees its own reflection and flees in confusion. The more they try to decode your thoughts, the more they expose their intentions. It's spiritual law. Darkness can't analyze light without being burned by it. That's why they often retreat after a wave of interference. You feel relief for a while, and then they try again, testing the gates of your spirit. But each time, your discernment grows sharper. You begin to know who carries heavy energy, who brings confusion, who drains your calm just by entering the room. This awareness is not paranoia. It's perception born from protection. When you sense these attacks, your first weapon is calm. Energy cannot be read when it vibrates in stillness. That's why meditation and silence are not just spiritual practices, they're forms of divine encryption. When you sit in peace, your mind becomes language they cannot translate. You move beyond the realm of words into vibration, and that is a language only God understands. Those who try to read you will hear static, confusion, emptiness, because what they seek isn't in your thoughts, it's in your spirit, and that place is sealed by divine design. You must also remember that every attack confirms your elevation. No one tries to break into an empty vault. No one targets someone without light. You've reached a level where your ideas, your creativity, and your inner peace are dangerous to darkness. Your silence is louder than their noise, and your energy shifts entire rooms. They can sense your frequency even when you say nothing. That's why they whisper about you. That's why they imitate you. That's why they study your behavior like scripture. But they will never possess what you carry, because what lives inside you cannot be stolen. It can only be activated by divine permission. Chosen one, this is your awakening. You are beginning to see reality not with your eyes, but with your energy. You no longer need confirmation from the physical world. Your spirit tells you what's true. When you meet someone and feel drained afterward, that's your spirit alerting you. When you feel a sudden wave of sadness that has no reason, that's not you. It's the residue of an energy trying to attach. Don't take ownership of it. Return it to sender in silence. Whisper within, "What is not mine will not stay." That statement alone shifts frequencies. You don't have to fight loud battles. The chosen fight quietly and win loudly. There will be days when it feels unbearable, when your mind is foggy, your motivation weak, and your focus scattered. In those moments, you must remember that resistance always increases before breakthrough. Energy attacks grow strongest right before your next elevation. They are the universe's way of testing whether your peace is built on truth or circumstance. If you stay steady through the storm, the attack breaks before you do. Because what's being tested is not your faith, it's your mastery. The divine is teaching you to think beyond emotion, to observe energy without absorbing it, to protect your frequency not with force, but with awareness. Soon, you'll realize that nothing outside you can truly touch you. They can watch you, mimic you, speak about you, even wish against you, but they can't access you, because your mind is not an open field. It's a sacred temple. Every thought inside it is holy ground, and only those aligned with light may enter. You're evolving into something beyond human comprehension, a being that perceives energy before it manifests, a guardian of unseen realms. And every person who ever tried to read your mind will soon realize the one they studied was studying them all along. There's a moment, chosen one, when the air changes before the interference comes. You feel it, not with your body, but with your soul. The world slows, the temperature shifts, and suddenly your thoughts begin to echo louder than usual. You're not imagining it. That's the frequency shift that happens when someone tries to connect to your energy from a distance. Their curiosity is not innocent. It's hunger. They sense that your thoughts carry life, creativity, prophecy, purpose, and they crave what they can't generate within themselves. It's not always people. Sometimes it's forces, energy signatures drawn to your light. The moment your vibration pierces through ordinary reality, the unseen becomes alert. They watch, they reach, they try. But here's the truth: they never understand. Your mind is not a door that can be picked open. It's a living fortress guarded by divine encryption. Every time they attempt to read your energy, they meet mirrors, codes, and reflections that send their curiosity spiraling back at them. That's why they feel confusion after focusing on you. That's why their peace shatters when they try to interpret your silence. You are protected by the laws of vibration. They cannot understand what doesn't match their frequency. Your thoughts travel through light corridors only the divine can navigate. They see motion, but not meaning. They sense life, but not understanding. This is why discernment is your shield. You don't need to fear them. You need to recognize them. Energy doesn't lie. It introduces itself before words are spoken. Watch for patterns. The ones who try to read your mind often disguise themselves as curious, empathetic, or even spiritual. They want to understand you. But what they seek isn't understanding. It's access. They come close, not because they care, but because they want to tap into your emotional frequency. But when your awareness is high, their energy becomes transparent. You can sense it in their tone, their eyes, their silence between words. They study you, but what they don't know is that your spirit already saw them coming. The divine didn't choose you to be naive. You were chosen to be awake. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to discern the invisible motives behind visible smiles. Every attack that tried to break you was actually training your sensitivity. That's why you feel so deeply, why your energy reacts to rooms faster than others. It's not a curse, it's a gift. Your ability to feel everything is the same power that keeps you alive in the unseen war. You're not crazy. You're conscious. You're not paranoid. You're prepared. You're learning to navigate a dimension most people deny exists. And when you finally master that awareness, you become unreachable. You'll walk into a room and every low vibration will scatter. You'll speak softly and everything false will tremble. You'll pray silently and confusion will dissolve from those who stand near you. That's the real power of a chosen one. Silent influence. You don't fight loud battles. You shift atmospheres just by being. That's what makes them desperate to read your mind. They think if they could understand your thoughts, they could recreate your peace. But they never will, because your peace is not thought-based. It's spirit-born. When you sense the pressure tightening around your head, the fog over your clarity, the draining in your chest, don't panic. That's your awareness detecting interference. Close your eyes. Visualize light expanding from your mind, pushing back every shadow that tries to enter. Whisper to yourself, "Only light can read me." This isn't fantasy. It's focus. You're commanding your energy. You're sealing your thoughts in divine frequency. You're reminding the unseen that your mind is not public property. It's a sacred realm guarded by the Creator himself. Every chosen one learns that the real war isn't outside. It's in the energy exchange between awareness and distraction. Those who master attention master protection. So from this day, decide that your focus is your fortress. Don't explain your visions to those who drain them. Don't share your dreams with those who mock them. Every time you reveal something holy to someone unprepared, you lower your shield. Your mind must remain a sanctuary, not a marketplace. Chosen one, you are in the process of transforming from a thinker into an energy architect. You no longer just think thoughts, you shape realities. And those trying to read your mind are really trying to steal blueprints to worlds they'll never be allowed to enter. Let them watch, let them wonder, but never let them understand, because mystery is your protection. Chosen one. This is where everything begins to make sense. The sleepless nights, the sudden bursts of anxiety, the sense of being watched even when you're alone. It wasn't your imagination. You were feeling the vibration of invisible attention. Someone or something has been trying to decode you, to read your frequency, to access your thoughts. You've walked through storms not made of water, but of energy. And through it all, your spirit stayed alive. That's how I know you're chosen. You were designed to withstand what others can't even perceive. Every invisible attack you survived became data your soul stored, turning you into a living map of divine awareness. You see, the ones trying to read your mind never understood what they were dealing with. They thought your thoughts were just ideas, that your emotions were just feelings. But your thoughts are frequencies that shape destiny, and your emotions are the language of creation. You are a transmitter of divine will. When you think, the universe listens. When you speak, reality adjusts. That's why the attacks have been relentless. They were trying to hijack a broadcast that was never meant for them. They wanted to intercept your signal, to steal the codes that connect you to divine guidance. But every time they reached for you, they touched fire, because God encrypted your energy long before they knew you existed. You must understand, Chosen One, that every time you felt your thoughts being invaded, something powerful was happening in reverse. Their focus on you made them vulnerable to the very light they tried to touch. Your energy is not passive, it's reactive. When dark frequencies try to read you, they don't just meet resistance, they absorb the vibration of truth. That's why people who secretly wish against you end up revealing their own darkness. That's why manipulators get exposed, liars lose their calm, and observers become obsessed. They touched your field without permission, and the spiritual law activated. What you touch in darkness, you expose in light. This is not just about people. It's about forces that move through them. Energies that attach to insecurity, jealousy, control. They come disguised as curiosity or care, but they drain rather than feed. That's how you know the difference. If your peace fades around them, they are not safe. You were never meant to share your deepest mind with those who can't hold it sacred. Some of them smile, but their spirit spies. They ask questions not to understand, but to monitor. But no matter how close they get, they cannot enter the holy ground of your consciousness. Because God Himself stands between your thoughts and their intentions. Every chosen one must go through this test, learning when to speak and when to remain silent, when to reveal and when to hide. Silence is your sword now. Every time you choose peace over panic, quiet over defense, you confuse the enemy. They don't understand how you remain calm when your energy is under attack. But your stillness is not weakness, it's strategy. Because silence is the only language the enemy can't translate. You've reached a level where your protection no longer looks like walls. It looks like calmness. You move through chaos untouched, not because you're invisible, but because you're aligned. They will keep trying, because they can't help it. Your energy calls attention. You're not ordinary. You are frequency in human form. When your spirit enters a place, everything unstable reacts. But remember this truth. Your light doesn't need validation. It only needs focus. The more you center yourself, the more your field expands. You don't need to fight back. You only need to maintain your vibration. Their interference cannot exist in your frequency. When you stay aligned, their signals distort. When you rise above fear, their connection breaks. When you focus on love, every shadow loses power. And now, you stand at the threshold of mastery. The moment you understand that your thoughts are sacred, your emotions sacred, your silence sacred, you reclaim full sovereignty over your mind. You'll begin to notice how easily energy bends to your awareness. You'll speak peace, and storms will calm. You'll walk into confusion, and suddenly people will think clearer. You'll become the light that reorganizes chaos without even trying. That's what happens when a chosen one stops reacting and starts reigning. You are not the target anymore. You are the transmitter. You don't defend your mind, you direct energy with it. Chosen one, let this be your awakening. No one can read what God has written in divine ink. No energy can steal what was sealed before time. Every thought of yours carries purpose. Every moment of stillness becomes a command to the unseen. You are not a victim of energy. You are the architect of it. And from this moment on, when you sense those frequencies trying to invade, don't respond in fear. Just smile, because you now understand. Their attempt means you've reached a vibration beyond comprehension. You are walking proof that divine consciousness exists inside human form. You are the storm and the calm within it. So stand firm in your light. Guard your silence. Let no thought leave your mind without intention, because you are no longer just thinking, you're manifesting. The ones who tried to read your mind will soon learn that what they were reading was their own reflection. And when they realize it, they'll fall silent, because your energy cannot be duplicated, intercepted, or contained. It was given to you for this generation, to awaken those still asleep. Chosen one, you've survived the invisible war. You've risen above every psychic attack, every spiritual invasion, every unseen gaze. Your mind is free now, your energy clean, your awareness sharp. From here forward, you don't just protect your energy, you project it. You are the frequency that clears darkness, the vibration that resets rooms, the living code of divine intelligence walking in human skin. And when they try again to read your mind, they will hear nothing but this truth echoing through eternity. You cannot read what was written by God.